Alright, so today I'm gonna make some KFC style 11 herbs and spices fried chicken because I love making this and I love eating it even more. Which is, you know, pretty normal. I'm gonna start by putting on a pair of gloves because chicken and I hate washing my hands every 5 seconds. Well, not really, but take a chicken, take a big ass knife, and just cut it into parts. It's a bit wide because I put it in the freezer a few days ago. Just took it out and put it in the microwave to thaw, but I put it a bit too hard, so it's kinda cooked on one side, but that's alright. It's gonna make it in. You're gonna just cut it into some chunks that you think are good. It's not a perfect science or anything, so just do as you please. Start with that part. It's pretty good. Then you're gonna take yourself some flour. I like using all-purpose flour. You can use bread flour or just anything you want. And you're just gonna take a few cups, or like one big cup. Depends on how much chicken you're gonna make. Maybe a bit more. That'll do for now. Alright, and then you're gonna get yourself a spoon or something to pick out the spices. Gonna start with some basil. Again, just eyeball it. Depends on how much you want of each spice in it. Got some pepper and salt in here. Some paprika for the color and because paprika is fucking amazing. I like quite a bit of it. Then some thyme. Not too much. Just enough. Some celery salt, which I like to use. Just spray some in there. Again, just eyeball it. Just make sure you don't put too much salt in it because you've got the normal salt and then also the celery salt. Some ginger. It's quite strong, so just a bit. See what else do we have? Onion powder. You know, some of these things are a bit hard to find. Fuck's sake. But they do bring a lot to flavoring the chicken. There we go. Some cayenne pepper, just for a little bit of heat. Again, just if you like it very spicy or like very hot, dump a shitload in it. I like to go middle way. So, and then some garlic powder. Because who doesn't love garlic in their food? A bit more. And then one thing, it might be a bit difficult to find. This is not cocaine, it's actually MSG, so it's gonna flavor it a lot. A lot of people say MSG isn't good for you, but it's quite natural and not bad for you at all. Just give that a good mix. You can see flour is already looking damn tasty. Of course, make sure to spill a bit. Maybe a bit more paprika. Again, just eyeball it. Now, for the next thing, you can use breadcrumbs. But I like using panko breadcrumbs. They're a Japanese breadcrumb, and they're a lot nicer. Yeah, just fill it up. Yeah, the difference between these and normal breadcrumbs, I think I should have some here. Yeah, there we go. These are just like old stale bread that I made into breadcrumbs, you see. It's a bit soft and a bit small, and these ones are a bit lighter, basically. Both are perfectly fine to use. It's whatever you have laying around. Next, you're gonna go and get some eggs. About 2, I'd say. Again, kind of depends on how many you want to make or how much chicken you have to make. I've got about 1 or 2 chicken breasts, so I'm gonna take 2 eggs. Can always get more in the end, but fuck me. Right. Rinse my hands again. And you're gonna start breading the chicken. Basically, I'm gonna put on another glove, because this can get quite messy. What you want to do is you wanna... Actually, I forgot something. I also forgot how to put on gloves. You're gonna take yourself a fork. You're gonna whisk the eggs together for a bit. Meanwhile, you're doing all of this, you're also gonna put on some oil. I've got one of these fryers, which makes life a lot easier, so I don't have to use a pot or anything. I think this is gonna be about... Oh god, it's an old thing, so I don't know the temperatures anymore. I think it's about 250. I'll put it on screen if I can remember to do so. Perfect, that's ready. So you're gonna start taking your chicken. First of all, you're gonna put them in the flour. I'll do wet hand to dry hand, so this is gonna be my wet hand. Put a nice coat of flour, the tasty flour, on top of this. And dump your chicken in the egg mix. Yeah, fuck it. You start working them around a bit. Coat them good, so the breadcrumbs are gonna stick. Make sure there's no excess egg. And dump it in the flour. Make sure you got everything covered with a nice amount of your breadcrumbs or panko breadcrumbs. I like to take about 4 or 5 pieces per fry. Just make sure they're nicely spaced out so that they don't crowd one another. Otherwise you're gonna have shitty chicken. Again, flour, egg. Make sure to pat them down a bit so the flour is definitely gonna stick. If I've got time, I also like some buttermilk to put the chicken in before everything. Just put it in buttermilk for a good, I don't know, 1 to 2 hours just to soak up all that buttery goodness. And then just put them in the flour and do the exact same process. Some egg will sometimes just stick to the flour, the breadcrumbs. That's alright. Let's see. Light is out, so our oil is hot enough. I'm just gonna put the last ones in here. Do watch out because the oil is gonna get quite dirty. If you want to make something else first, like fries or something else, put that in first, because the chicken is gonna make the oil very, very dirty because of all the breadcrumbs that are gonna come off. And as soon as that's done, you're gonna dump them in until they're... And after a good 5 minutes, turn it off. Good 5 minutes, you're gonna have golden brown and beautiful pieces of chicken. And some dirty oil. Not important, you're just gonna get yourself a knife. Just wanna see if they're done properly. They are absolutely piping hot. And beautiful white in the middle. These are gonna be very, very delicious. I already took one out just to be sure. I don't know if you can see that, but it is